So here we go. Today is the day we find out if Torquay United are a established EFL club and if Man United have ever won the Champions League. Hello, welcome to Globe Explorer 5 years later. In today's episode, I shall be taking a look at all the clubs we have managed in this series. As started off, I'm going to just read you my biography because I have won quite a lot of trophies I didn't even realise. So, start off with Torquay. So, we were there from 2023 to 2027. So, 4 seasons, well, I think 3.5 to be exactly right. So, trophies we won with Torquay United. We won the Vanarama South in 2025, FA Trophy in 2026, Vanarama National League in 2026 as well. Won a double in 26. Didn't even realise that. And then obviously I did leave them. But first, let's take a look at Torquay United. See what troubles they've had since I've left. Hopefully they haven't had too much. But let's see what league they're in. Oh my God. I mean, they've moved stadium. They're now playing at the Torquay United Stadium. When was that built? That was built in 2030. So that was built 3 years after I left. What's been going on? So I left them. Let's get up the competition. No, that's not the right screen, Jack. Go domestic league. So I left them this season. 26-27, they finished top of League 2, which is exactly where I left them, so very good. 105 points total. I didn't realise this. 2 consecutive seasons, we got 114 points. That's a bit ridiculous, actually. 3 seasons in a row, 100 points. Well, plus, so not too bad. Then, so they spent 1, 2, 3 seasons in League 2, well, 2 avoiding relegation seasons, so they did get relegated 29-30. Then it sort of went downhill from there. Obviously, they finished third, second a couple of times, seventh, then 22nd. So I'm not sure if they're relegated. Are they relegated? No, they're not. No, they didn't. They finished 7th. So they did. I reckon in a couple more years they would have got promoted back to League 2. But at the moment, Torquay United, straight downhill. But what do they have? Anyone still like who we had? I very much doubt it because it is like 19 years later. So I very much doubt they're going to have anyone that we signed. Who was the last remaining player? So obviously, I'm not going to take a look at all of these. So let's go to the 26-27 because that's the season I left. So we sold all of these players. I had mostly, I did most of them, I think. So I'm just looking out for like noticeable ones, like big transfers. Obviously, Shane Quinn was a I think he was a youth prospect. Sold him to Watford 350k. So that's not too bad. They signed 500k worth of transfers then, including the one and only Ryan Woods, who if in case you didn't know, does play for Exeter or used to play for Exeter now, on loan from Wolves. So not a bad signing. A shame we can't click on him. He's probably retired now. Then anyone else like noticeable? Obviously Trumpeter, who's he play for now? He's retired. How does his career get on at Torquay? Obviously had a good start. They've loaned him out to a couple of teams then. So his career has pretty much gone downhill. I don't think there's going to be too many notable names from here. So maybe Ruben. Ruben was one of our star players when we were like in League 2, League 1, League 2, League 2 he was a really good player. So from there, San Etienne in League 2 for 725k. Then he made this move to Shane for 3.3 million. I mean, that's absolutely impressive. If Torquay United had a sell-on in his contract, or they would have been minted. Then he went to Mallorca in the league. So his career, not too bad. I mean, that's probably one of the best signings we had for Torquay United, apart from one of these guys. I'm not sure when he left us. Where is Jimmy? Where is Jimmy? He's not on it. He must have left after we after I left. I'm not going to go through all of that, but at the moment, Torquay United not good at all. How many managers have they had since I left? So I resigned. I did not resign. I took over another team we'll get to lately. So obviously John Brady took over. He's retired now. Then Duncan Ferguson took over him. So they've been they've been through a lot of managers recently. So Liam Kelly took over 29. He only lasted about 11 months, so that's not good at all. Then Lee Johnson took over, son of Gary Johnson, I believe. Then Martinelli took over. Then Jamie Day's been there for 12 years. I'm not sure how he's lasted that long, but he has. The board like him. I'm sure the fans like him. I think he probably deserves a promotion soon, so we'll see. Next club, Sheffield Wednesday. Well, first impressions of Sheffield Wednesday, it's not good at all. They are down in League One. Let's see where it all went wrong for them. So, as you all know, when I took charge of them, we were pretty much on the verge of getting promoted. I think we were... When was I there? 27 to 29. So, yeah, so we were there. We avoided relegation in the first season, just about, or I would say by some margin. In the second season, we did finish in 10th. Then the third season, which was when I get headhunted by another team, they finished 4th. Obviously, didn't clinch promotion, but I think they did get to the playoff final, 28-29. They got to the playoff final, didn't they? Yes, they did. They did lose narrowly on penalties to Blackburn United, so... Or Blackburn Rovers, my mistake, not United. So, on another day, Sheffield Wednesday could have been a Premier League team, but at the moment, yeah, it's not been good. So when did they first? They got relegated in 25-36. So 7 years after I left them, they got relegated to League One and just haven't really got out of League One. They've been quite lucky not to go down. They've had a couple lower table finishes, 17th, 13th, 16th, then a couple playoff finishes, but never got promoted. So I guess Sheffield Wednesday are a League One club. So do they have any players that I signed? I very much doubt it, but we'll take a look. So I don't recognise any of these players. So is there any of just obviously Rio Shipson, absolute fantastic player for us. 92 appearances, 9 goals, then went on to make a move to Charlton where he made 174 appearances, pretty much a club legend at the club, I think. Who are the club legends? That's something I didn't actually look for Torquay, so we're not even on the favourite personnel or the icons or the legends. That's a bit ridiculous if you ask me. But I just want to see Torquay. Oh, you know, I'm just going to type them in because that'd be so much quicker. Right, Torquay, am I on the legends list? No, I wasn't. I don't know why I checked that at all. So, no one on the legends list, not yet at least. So, yeah, so it's not been good at all. So, Sheffield Wednesday, a League One club. Obviously, we're in the Championship when I took over. Very close to getting promoted to the Premier League. So, yes, it's not been good. So, hopefully, things do improve for the next club, which is Nottingham Forest. Here we go. Some good news, folks. Nottingham Forest are still in the Premier League. Pissed me. They seem to be managerless. I will take a look and see what happened there, but let's take a look at the competition, see what they've been doing since I left them, which I believe was 2031. That's when I left them. So took charge from 28, 29. So 11th, 9th, 11th, so not bad for me. Then, since then, relegation scrap in 2032, 13th in 2033. I mean, they never really came close to qualifying for Europe, so despite the fact we did sign some brilliant players for them. They're 20, 37, 38. They finished rock bottom of the Premier League, which coincidentally was the final season of this save. And they spent 2 seasons in the Championship, went straight back up in the second season, finishing first. That is pretty good. They only won 26 games out of 46, so that's not. It's not good. It's only just over half the games they won. Yeah, they haven't been relegated since. So mid-table Premier League side. Let's take a look at some of their players. See who they've got. I suspect they might have some players that we might have signed, which by the looks of it, they don't. Which is that the Alex Evans that played for Man United? Yes, it is. I think he was probably one of the first players we actually sold. Or it might have not been because we sold him in 2036, 37. So, I mean, I guess he's pretty much a nailed-on first choice starter for them, I'd say. But look at the goals conceded, 54, 51. It's not really first choice material, is it? No, it's not. Right, let's take a look at some of the transfers since I left them in 2031. Obviously, we had a lot of good players. Obviously, we had Sergio Reguilon for a couple years, I would say. Obviously, Chiquinho, obviously a very good player, but obviously he went on to bigger, well, I wouldn't say bigger things. He went to Granada, only scoring 17 goals in 110 appearances, so not good at all. I'm just seeing if there was any other decent players that they had or sold for quite a bit of money. Obviously, there's Matthias Poulsen, obviously regen, so we made a side profit on him. They did, so not a bad signing. Obviously, I don't know who Hamidi is. He's a left winger. I don't remember him. Did I sign him? I feel like I must have, but maybe it's one player I'm dying to find. Obviously, Desiree Dewey, absolute fantastic player for. Or no, not really, but they did make a pretty big profit on. Bit strange career choices. Obviously, left Nottingham Forest to join Juventus. Then went Sunderland, Crystal Palace, then found himself in America. Then he retired. So obviously, Shirotto is at Blackburn. He played against us in a couple of episodes ago. This is probably one of the best signings I'd say I made for Nottingham Forest. That is Voltaire, still at Tottenham Hotspur, still only 31 years old, but we signed him from Rijeka for 15.25 million. Sold him on, Nottingham Forest sold him for 121 million. I mean that's a good bit of business from Nottingham Forest. That's a £106 million profit from just one player. I mean that's pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. And is there anyone else they sold for big money? I don't think there is. So we'll just take a look, see if there's any other players that we signed and sold on for a big profit, which I very much doubt it. I don't know who this guy is. I don't think we signed him. No, I don't think we did. He did actually play for Man United, so yes, we did. Yeah. He was one of the first players we sold to Nottingham Forest as Man United manager, so I remember him. So he joined Juventus for 38 minutes, so not a bad. He must have had a loan spell at Real Sociedad, so not a bad player for them, I don't think. Don't think there's anyone too noticeable. There's Tim Bockman, one of our favourite left wingers on this save, I think. Well, one of the best left wingers at Nottingham Forest. Obviously, signed from Lecce for 16 million. Went to Inter for 57 million. Absolutely, I wouldn't say shredded it, but pretty much a nailed on first team starter. Then found his way to Saudi Arabia, which I presume he's just going to retire there. I presume. Is there anyone else noticeable? I don't think so. Who's Carlos Ballaraba? I don't think I remember him. Pavle, I certainly remember this guy, left back. Plays for Aston Villa now, but we signed him from a Serbian team for 1 point. I think I might have signed him, but can't remember. I think I might have signed him. I think he might have been one of the last signings or one of the last transfer windows I did with Nottingham Forest. But they sold him on to Schalke for 22 million. Tottenham then signed him for 38. And Monaco signed him for 36, where didn't really get much game time for them. They went on loan to Villa, then they paid 18.75 million for them. So not a bad player, I'd say. They made quite a decent profit on him, so not too bad. Another good signing from me, I think. Obviously, there's Mark Yu. He joined Napoli for 41 million. He retired after joining. Jeez. Oh my god, he was quite a good player, wasn't he? He went to Saudi Arabia, Al Fayha, 170 appearances, 110 goals. I mean, what a striker he was. I mean, he only played 194 appearances for Nottingham Forest, scoring 74 goals. Not a bad player, that is. I'd say a good player at the very least. I don't think Ozzy Robinson, obviously, he was a Sheffield Wednesday legend. He really was. Did we sell him on to Sunderland? No, we didn't. No, we did not. Played for Nottingham Forest, and yeah, that's pretty much it for him. I don't think there's obviously Mazar, obviously a brilliant Belgian right winger, absolute superb. We signed him from Club Brugge for 26.5 million. They ended up selling him for 84 million, and another big profit from one of my players that I signed. So very good indeed. I don't think there's anyone else too noticeable. Obviously, Mohamed Ali Cho, one of our strikers, but I don't think he was ever a really good goal scorer. I don't think there's anyone else. Obviously, Customer Gentleman, obviously one of the players I did sign. I don't think he was any good when I was there, but by the looks of it, one of the best Danish centre-backs ever. 113 appearances. Now plays for Arsenal, so obviously we signed him from FC Copenhagen for 10 million. He went on to Lens for 36.5. Went to Napoli about 1.5 seasons later, in fact, for 42.5. So Napoli must have seen something they liked in him at Lens. Then Arsenal paid 47 million for him, and now it's been pretty much a nailed on starter for him. So not a bad career for him at all. I don't think there's anyone else. Obviously, Thomas O'Halloran used to play for us at Man United. Obviously, didn't really get much game time. We signed him to Nottingham Forest, and he's now in Saudi Arabia. Or still playing in Saudi Arabia? Yes, he is. Don't think there's anyone else now. So I think, with that being it, I think I will head on to my last club of this episode, and that is Manchester United, where hopefully they have won the Champions League. Oh, here we go. It's the moment you've all been waiting around. Let's take a look around Manchester United. So starting off, let's just say I have made it onto the Legends list. Wasn't anywhere to be seen on the Torquay United, Sheffield Wednesday, Nottingham Forest Legends list, but I'm on the Man United Legends list, and that's quite something, along with notable players such as Bobby Charlton, Ryan Giggs, Duncan Edwards, Dennis Law, George Best, Eric Cantona, and Brian Robson, along with managers Alex Ferguson and Sir Matt Busby. Is there anyone noticeable on the icons list that we had playing for us? Obviously, Aurelian Chouameni, obviously now retired, went to Al Ahly for 2 seasons, then he retired. Then also down there, Giancarlo, still at Man United, interestingly, never actually left, so that's not a bad signing. Will he ever leave? I very much doubt it. Anyone else? Anyone else noticeable? No? Marcus Rashford, obviously now retired. Obviously, he got released from us, and he obviously retired straight away. Obviously, Dennis Simon on favourite personnel, still at Man United. He hasn't left yet. Interestingly, it does say backup. I presume something has gone on here. So, he only played 6 games last season. Clearly, something's going on behind the scenes. So, David Pearson's on favourite personnel. He's still at Man United. Obviously, playing quite regularly, I believe. So, quite a good goal scorer. Over 10 goals a season. Venezuela, still at Man United. He hasn't left yet. What's been going on? I've got to take a look at this team. Obviously, then Joe Ward, I don't really know who he is. Who's been managing Man United since I've left? Obviously, Joe Ward left after. Joe Ward, career milestones, Super Cup winners. This is all in the same season, by the way. Super Cup winners. Well, it might not be all in the same season, to be fair. Super Cup winners, Community Shield winners, Champions League winners. They've got one, ironically, the season after I left. FA Cup winners, Premier League champions once again, and FA Community Shield winners. I believe that was that. No, it can't have been all in the same season. Definitely not. Then Thomas Tuchel did not win the Champions League. I mean, how many Champions Leagues did he win? So let's take a look at this. So that was my final season. No, it wasn't. That was my final season. 37, 37, 38. Then obviously 38, 39. They won the Premier League 4 times in a row. That's pretty impressive. Third to the season after, then first, second, third. So and then we come on to this present day. So been quite a while, 3 seasons since they've won the Premier League. So not bad. Let's take a look at the honours. So Champions League winners. So they won the Champions League 2039, runners up 2038. That was my final game in charge for them. And they also came runners up in 2040, so they could have had another Champions League under their belt. So very unlucky, obviously, there for a lot of Premier League titles. Mainly for me, I think it was 1, 2, 3. I think I won 4 or 5 Premier League titles with them. Came runners up once, so not too bad. Did they win any other cups since I left? No, I won the Europa League. They won the Super Cup in 2039. Won the FA Cup in 2043, 2039. That's it. They had a 6-year gap between a FA Cup title. That's absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, they won the Carabao Cup in 2037. That's a 5-year gap. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, a lot of FA Community Shields, obviously, which doesn't really matter. But the most important thing is, let's take a look at the squad. So let's see who they are. So by the looks of it, they do have a new goalkeeper, Lozano DeCharlo. We signed him from Porto for 115 million. I mean, that's not a bad goalkeeper. 33 games, only 36 conceded. So not a bad goalkeeper. So 11 clean sheets. So 36 goals conceded in like 22 games, I think that is. So Dennis Simon is pretty much finished, I believe. Then Clancher, still at the club. Is he... I mean, I'm surprised Clancher hasn't left or become the first team goalkeepers, but he is wanted by Chelsea, Barcelona, Villarreal on loan. So, bit interested, that goalkeeper. I don't know how good he is. Obviously, they've still got Martelli. He was one of our players, so I don't know how he hasn't left yet, but he's been wanted for absolute years by Saudi Arabia. Del Prato, don't know who he is. Perez, don't know who he is. Tumba has made this return to Man United. That's what I didn't see happening. So obviously, we signed him from Roma, then sold him to Real Madrid. He went to Saudi Arabia, clearly didn't like it there, then went back to Man United. I presume that's where he'll retire now at 35 years old. I did not see that happening. And they've still got Mats van der Velden. Surprised he hasn't gone on to bigger and better things, but clearly still a first choice centre back, I believe. I don't might have actually moved transition to left back actually. Obviously, they've still got Clay, but he was one of our youth prospects. So he's actually a first choice player. So not a bad signing from me. He is asking to leave, wants a new contract. Just give it to him. Then, oh no, Mark Hansen, what has happened to him? He's joining the old team that he clearly has not had a good career. Oh no. We signed him for 7 million. He's probably about to join them on a free transfer, is he? I think he is. He doesn't even have a contract at Man United. Oh god. Oh, what's happened to his career? Is there anyone else? Obviously, Andrew Minguella was probably. I think he wasn't a youth prospect at all. He was at Tottenham. Obviously, David Pearson still at the club, still banging in goals. Kalim Dykes still at the club. Is he? He's not even a first choice starter. We signed him for 12.5 million. Had loan spells at Sunderland and Brighton after I read. So his career at Man United hasn't really got off yet, but still only 24. Obviously, Michel Shaw's. Oh my god, I was saying he's a good player, but judging by a career stats, not good at all. His career has failed to take off. Interestingly, when he was there, he was tipped as 5-star potential, but it hasn't really worked out that way. So obviously, Giancarlo's still at the club, Valenzuela's still at the club. I don't know who this guy is. Don't know who this guy is. Evan Yap's still at the club. He was finished when I was there, but obviously we sent him out on loan twice. And as now, I wouldn't say a nailed-on starter, but a regular starter slash backup. Dane Nardiello's still at the club. I mean, look at that. Only 14 caps for England, 8 goals, but still only 24 years old. But I think he is pretty much similar to Yao, say not really a nailed-on starter. He actually went out on loan to Nottingham Forest. Did we send him out on loan there? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. But looks to be quite a decent player, I think. Quite a good backup. Then James Edwards, still at Man United. I mean, I thought he would have been gone by now, but no, he is still there. How many caps for England? Only 63. 39 goals. I mean, he's probably one of the... I thought he would have had at least over 100 caps for England by now, but apparently not. So let's take a look at some of the transfers after I left. So yeah, 20, 30, yeah, 20, 38, 39. They signed Endrick after I left. So wow. Wow. 49 appearances, 23 goals. I did not see that signing coming at all. Then transfers out. Playing the most notable was Ethan Goose joining Napoli for 46 million. Obviously, still at Napoli now. Still out there. Still regular starting for them. Umar Ahmed is now playing for Newcastle. Now, 33 caps for England. He never played for us, but somehow, during his time at Man United, somehow won 9 caps for England. Don't know how, why, because he was absolutely terrible. But now, pretty much a regular starter for Newcastle. I mean, that's a strange career that man has had. Not getting into the Man United team. Now he's a full-blown England left-back. Nicholas Duarte joined Chelsea on loan. I presume one of these is a left winger. David's a left winger. Obviously now playing for Man City, but we don't care about him because we didn't sign him. So Duarte is at Chelsea now. So they made their loan move permanent. 43 million they paid for him. A slight loss, but I think I can live with that. Obviously, Dane Nardiello went on loan to Nottingham Forest. Then 40. Obviously, there's the confirmed move to Duarte to Chelsea. Then Briggsy did join Real Madrid on a free transfer. I knew that was going to happen because he did come to me in a bit of a grumpy. So what's his career been like now at West Ham? That's interesting. So Real Madrid signed him on a free. West Ham signed him for 51 million. So that's a good profit. Good thinking from Man United. West Ham, no. Good thinking from Real Madrid to sign him on a free, let him go for 51 million. So not too bad. Then there's Luis Suarez joining Al Hilal for 46 million. Then went to Al Ali, and now he's pretty much he's a free transfer now. So I think that's his career done and dusted. Obviously, Dylan Davis, where's he at? He's at Brighton now. I don't think he was a bad player. I think he was underused. He had a loan spell PSG. That's weird. That's very, very weird. Obviously, Kareem Dykes had loan spell at Sunderland. Anyone else? Paulo Marangon. Here's one. At Sunderland now. Obviously, a very good player. Obviously, sent him out on loan to Porto. Then pretty much a nailed-on starter ever since until 41. They joined Sunderland for 1.7 million. Now he's I think he's pretty much a backup for them, or a useful player for them, I think. Anyone else I recognise? Obviously, there's Hendricks moved to 35.5 million pound, moved to Lens. Gatenge. I tell you what, I think he was a good player. 68 appearances for Netherlands. Only 27 years old, but oh my good God, I thought this player was going to do big things, as he has. So we signed him for 26 million. They went on to sell him for 123 million pounds. That's a 97 million pound profit. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful to see that. Absolutely wonderful. I don't think there was any other £100 million sell-ons. I don't think. But we'll have a look. Obviously, there's Adson, one of our other youngsters that we signed. He joined Eintracht Frankfurt for 28 million, so not a bad profit for him. I don't think there's anyone else. Kim Min-seok, obviously, was a youth prospect. We sold him to Real Madrid. Obviously, he has returned back to Man United to retire, so not too bad. That was the same season Timber rejoined. I feel like Del Paso was a Man United player. No, he wasn't. No, he definitely was not. Well, there's another one of our players that we this time, Mark Scanning. He joined Roma for 25.5 million, so not a bad profit on him. So yeah, pretty good. I'd say some of my transfer business for Man United, absolutely top level. There's Brandon Imes moved to Lens. I mean, Lens signed a lot of players that I signed. They Lens signed him for 40 million. I mean, it probably was getting on a bit when he got sold. So not too bad. I don't recognise any of these players at all. Who's Mark Hansen? Oh yeah, that's that guy. Yeah. Don't think there's anyone else. And there we have it. We have reached present day. So this is what their squad looks like. Obviously, James Edwards still started. Still the same front four as when I left them. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And still pretty much the same back four. I didn't see Pasafumi there, but he is still playing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players in the starting 11 that were there when I was there. Clearly not much has changed at Man United, but absolutely wonderful to see my name on the Legends list at Man United. Who knows, a couple more years down the line, I might have even had a stadium named after me, but there we have it. There we go. That's it for the Globe Explorer, and I will see you all for a brand new series where we'll be exploring the lower leagues of England. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.